Welcome you all in the class of communication skill. Dear students, in the last class we have discussed about the refusal skill, so that was also related to the emotional intelligence. Now today we are going to study emotional intelligence. What are the fundamental concept of emotional intelligence and what is this and how it is useful, what are the applications. So emotional intelligence, as the name implies, like it is related to the emotions, means how we can recognize the emotion of others, how we can recognize the emotion of ourselves, and how we can do the communication on the basis of that, on the basis of the emotions, the how the people are responding is using verbal and non-verbal communication also. So even the people are not responding by the verbal communication, we should be intelligent enough so that we can recognize the non-verbal communication also. If the people are not speaking, then also we should identify their emotions on the basis of their gestures and non-verbal communication. So non-verbal communication I have already taught you. So non-verbal communication play an important role in this. Okay. So what is emotional intelligence? That is your ability to recognize and understand emotion in yourself and others, and your ability to use this awareness to manage your behavior and relationship. So now in this definition you can see how it is useful. It is very important to recognize the emotions, feelings, what the persons are feeling, the person to whom you are talking. You should be able to recognize their feelings, and at the same time, after the recognition, you should understand their emotions in yourself, okay, and others. So, and miss, this is not only true about the others, you should also recognize your feelings and others' feelings. So, it is very important to understand yourself and others, and your ability to use this awareness. Okay, so how we can use this ability to manage our behavior and relationship. So because our emotions affect our behavior and relationship, so this is very important. So I'm teaching you emotional intelligence using the notes from North Dakota State University. Okay, I think now you are able to understand this definition. Means this is the ability to recognize and understand emotions in yourself and in others, and it also includes the ability to use this awareness. If we know, if we understand the emotion of other and myself, then I can use this awareness to manage my behavior and relationship. This is true. Are you able to understand? Are you able to understand this, student, what I am trying to say? Okay, so this is very important. What is the difference? Intelligent question. Okay, IQ score is derived from standardized test designed to measure intelligence. So IQ relates to intellectual abilities, like how well you learn, how you understand and apply information. People with higher IQ can think abstractly and make mental connections more easily. So this is the IQ. So how it is different? EM, how it is different from IQ? Emotional intelligence is different from IQ. And how it is different? So AI is using emotion to think and enhance our reasoning. This enhance our reasoning means multiple reasons. And those with high AI are able to manage their emotions as well as use their emotions to facilitate their thinking. So it facilitates our thinking and understand the emotion of others. So it is very useful in making the relationship. The people with the high IQ score and IQ value, it is not necessary they are good in the relationship. Okay, although they used to think in the better way, they can think more, they can think abstractly and make mental connection more easily. But people with the emotional intelligence, so this is different. This is useful in the identification of the emotions, recognition of the emotions, and which facilitates the better thinking and the relationship. So this is the difference between the IQ and EI. Are you able to differentiate? Did you understand this? Student, did you understand this? What is the difference between? So EQ is a key part of whole person. Emotional quotient. IQ is the intelligent expertise. IQ is related to expertise, like what you bring to work. So this what IQ denotes. Personality, who you are at work. So it shows your behavior at workplace. But what EQ denote? It denote your personality, how you are good in the relationship in both of the sphere of the life, like at the workplace or at the in the relationship also. So it reflect your personality. EQ reflect your personality. So this is different from IQ. So it include, I think, so these two are the aspect of your personality, like IQ and EQ. Why? AI is the strongest predictor of workplace performance. 90% of top performers have high emotional intelligence. Okay, the people who are high in the who have the high IQ, they also have the emotional intelligence. Okay, so people with the average IQ outperform those with the highest IQs 70% of the time. Decades of the research now point to the AI as being the critical factor that sets star performance apart from the rest of the. So what is important in the star performance? They are able to recognize the emotion of the others. So decades of research now point to AI as being the critical factor that sets star performer apart from the rest of the pack. Means what does it mean? Like some of the toppers in all the fields, what they have, what is the special factor of them? This is the special ability of the toppers. Like they have the high in the emotional intelligence. Okay, now you can understand the why people. Some people are more. Some people are winner, some people are doing good in their job and in the other field because they have the high emotional intelligence. Component of leadership like business planning, product knowledge, computer skills. So these are the technical skills. So these are the components of leadership. So if any leader should be good in this: business planning, product knowledge, computer skills and technical components of leadership. So these are the three components. So we should be good on plus analytical reasoning and strategic thinking is also important, and this depend on the cognitive skills. So strategic thinking you can do, so you should be good in the emotional intelligence also. So relationship management is also an important part, and emotional intelligence play an important role in this. So analytical reasoning and strategic thinking is related to cognitive skills. So here in this part, in the we can apply the emotional intelligence to improve the cognitive skills. So these are all the component of leadership. Okay, so now these two components are essential components of leadership. Now what is left here? Emotional intelligence. So it can be applied. Emotional intelligence proved to be the twice as important as the others for job at all levels. So technical skill is required, cognitive skills are required, plus emotional intelligence are also required. So this leads to the effective leadership. Now you can understand how the emotional intelligence is important. So after analytical reasoning, as it is important, the strategic thinking is important. Means you should be good at making plans and thinking. You should be able to analyze the problem, like if somebody is feeling the problem and what are the common problem of a population and large population. If you are able to identify the problem of the large population, means you are able to analyze problem of large population and large data set. Okay, you can do the strategic thinking. According to that, you can think about the solution of the problem if you are able to identify the problem. So analysis of the problem is important, strategic thinking is important. So this depend on the cognitive skills, and problem solving is also related to that. So after that, what is required? Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence proved to be twice as important as the others for job at all levels. Okay, so these three things are important things, and these are necessary for the effective leadership: technical skills, cognitive skills, and emotional. What are the technical skills? Like product knowledge, business planning, computer skills. So computer you are going to study in the next semester, that is also required. And product knowledge means because that may be related to the electrical product or electrical, so that also you are learning. Okay, and planning something, planning like problem solving, analytical reasoning study. So problem solving also you are going to study in the in the computer subject also. So that all are necessary and which lead to the effective leadership. A leader's intelligence has to have a strong emotional component, self awareness, maturity, and self control. So everybody is expected to have these high knowledge of self awareness, maturity, and self control. Okay, leaders should be able to control their anger, they are able to manage their anger and emotions so that they can manage the other person. Like, what is the emotional intelligence? Is utilizing your emotion to determine the right response, right time, right person. So you should be able to use your emotions to determine right response. You should act according to the right time and right person to whom you are talking, that is also important. And what is the time, at which time you should apply your emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is not just being nice, suppressing emotions, giving free rein to emotions, attempting to be a robot and being passive. This is not emotional intelligence. This is not a like yes, yes, yes. We should not always say yes, yes, yes. We should not suppress emotions also if we want something. Giving free rein to emotions. We should not allow this. Okay, so according to the rules and regulation and social rules also, we have to act accordingly so that that can be managed in the all the situation in the society or okay, in the real world. Attempting to be a robot, we should not behave like a robot, and we should not be passive also. So this is what is emotional intelligence: is utilizing your emotion to determine right response, right time, right person. Okay, so that is important. Right response is important, right at the right time, so it should be given at the right time to the right person. So this is called emotional intelligence. Is it possible to make a decision without emotion? Okay, can you tell me yes or no? Is it possible to make a decision without emotion? If you do not have any emotion, can you make any decision? Reason without emotion is neurologically impossible. So to take any decision, we should have emotion. Means what kind of emotion? Different kind of emotion we can have. So this is true according to Dr. Antonio Dam. Emotions have taught mankind to reason. Okay, if we have emotion, we will have a reason to do the things. Like if you want to earn the money, you have a reason to do the job. Otherwise, you won't come out from your home because you have to earn for your family. So you come out from your home. So you have emotion for your family, that you have to serve for your family. So emotions have taught mankind to reason. So now here in the figure you can see limbic system, reptilian complex. Emotional intelligence is a balance between the rational and emotional brain. Emotional intelligence is a balance between rational and emotional brain. Balance is needed. Emotional intelligence means to behave with emotional intelligence, there should be the balance. So if we behave properly, if we express our emotion and that emotions are recognized in the society, in the family, then we feel balance in our behavior. And if we are able to recognize the emotions of the others also, that person feel good in our presence, so that make the relationship better. So neurocortex means it work at that reason. Limbic system control the emotions, and reptilian complex so instinct. So the interconnection between these spheres of the brain, subconscious to conscious thought. So it works subconsciously. Okay, if our emotions are satisfied, if the emotions of others are satisfied and recognized, it can be resulted in the action at the conscious level, conscious thought and then action. Reptilian brain, like what happens here, heart rate, breathing, balance, compulsive behavior, so the control here, reptilian brain. Limbic brain, like memories of emotions, value, judgment, gut feeling. So what happens here? Then number 3, new cortex. What happens here? Language, abstract thought, imagination, consciousness. It happens at the like reasoning level, like we have the reason to do the things, then it works at the conscious level. Logical, conscious thought, slow and effortful, future focused, not a primary driver of decision making. So what happened there? At the neurocortex level, like we imagine, we do the thinking, we just think in our language, we think, then we try to interpret what are the meaning of our thought. So it is very slow process, and that is also going on in your mind. Even just now I am taking your class, so you may be thinking something else, you may be imagining, you you can imagine the solution of the problem that you are facing, or the word that I am speaking to you, you are also thinking about that. So it works at neurocortex level. Even if I am talking to you, you may be thinking something. So it works at the neurocortex level. Okay, so there are the 3 kind of part of our brain. So this is divided according to that. So number 2 part, take the judgment about the like value, what are our value, what are the memories of. So 95% of the decisions made here, like subconscious thought, fast processing, emotional driven, case about here and now. So 95% decision we take in the hurry, like we do the fast processing, emotional driven. Sometimes we feel, we behave in the anger, we are feeling hungry, then we need the food, and we feel anger and we shows anger in our relationship. 95% of the decisions made according to that. So if we think at the emotional level, deep emotional level, and after thinking, and if we take the decision with the time, so this is the slow process, and that is why the right decision need the time and slow thinking. Good news, emotional intelligence can be developed. We can learn this. People feel before they think and act. Means before acting anything, before speaking anything, we should think what we are saying. It is possible to change people's response to feeling. Can we change the response to feelings? These changes have a positive impact on individual and team behavior. Suppose somebody is behaving in the anger. Can we change his or her response by recognition of the feeling? If we recognize their feeling correctly, we can change the response, or we can modulate the response intelligently. So these changes have a positive impact on individual and team behavior. Now, new behavior improve job performance. So it improve the job performance, and it lead to the prosperity. So emotions, if we recognize the emotions and feelings are recognized, and their thoughts are recognized, so they behave according to their true feelings. And if we recognize their feeling, there is a for the mutual fulfillment of the feeling, and it leads to the feeling of justice. Okay, it leads to the mental peace, mutual peace, and harmony. Harmony is established, and there is the feeling of the justice. So it leads to the higher performance. If the feelings are not recognized at the workplace, in the family, so if their thoughts are not recognized in their family, if the person is working hardly for their family but the feelings are not recognized, so their performance degraded with the time. So emotion should be recognized, and their feeling should be recognized. We should work for the mutual fulfillment, and we should have the mutual goal at the family level and at the workplace level. In the workplace also, in the company, there are the goal, we should work mutually. So how we can work the mutually to improve the performance? So these are the basic thing. Like emotional intelligence is the basic thing to apply to recognize the emotions and thoughts, so that the people can be happy after the recognition of feeling. Their feeling can be recognized, so they feel happy, they feel important, they have the sense of achievement. Okay, and it is reflected in the behavior, and that is why the performance of the company or any family or any institute increased by applying the emotional intelligence. In leadership, the hard stuff is easy, it is the soft stuff that is hard. Okay, so in the leadership, like what we say, the hard stuff is how we can lead the large group, okay, by doing the advertisement or something, that but it is the soft stuff that is hard. We need to learn how we can recognize the emotion of others, and how we can recognize the emotion of ourselves also. If we sit alone, then only we can recognize our emotions. If we sit always in the crowd, we are always busy with the others, how we can recognize our emotions. So we need to learn how we can recognize our emotions as well as the others emotions. So the sentence by the Tom Peters, like in leadership the hard stuff is easy. It is like theoretically you can study the leadership, but that is not all. In the politics, in the political science, all the students are taught the political science, but not all the student can become the good leader. So it is the soft stuff that is hard. So only the few people have the soft skills. So generally politicians have the soft skills, they are able to recognize the emotions of others. So these are the sentence by the top. Okay, 90% of the top performance are high in the EQ. So the data shows 20% of the bottom performance are high in EQ. 20%. Sometimes the people are good in the emotional intelligence, but they are not performing well at the prosperity level, like financial level, but they may be good in the relationship. A little effort grows a lot, like account for almost 60% of the success at work. So people with the high EQ on average make the $29K more per year. So to succeed more at the workplace, or for the success of the country, for the success of the large group, we should be good in the emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence is the foundation for critical skills. Nowadays it is required to work in any company. So what it include, like in the tree you can see decision making, time management, stress tolerance, empathy, like how we can understand the emotion of others, stress tolerance, like how we can work in the stress, teamwork, change tolerance, like how we can work in the different conditions. Okay, communication should be good, customer service, how we can apply emotional intelligence. So this is applied in the customer service, social skills, presentation skill, assertiveness. I have taught you accountability, like you should be accountable for the problem, solution of the problem, flexibility, trust. So it is applied everywhere. See, so in all the fields it is applied. So these are all the components of the emotional intelligence. Okay, if you want to be good in the emotional intelligence. So now personal competence. What is social competence? Personal competence means with the people which have this, they have the self awareness, self management, they can manage, they have the self awareness, they manage well their routine, they are good in their workplace, and they do the self management. So what I see, what I do. And social competence, what is this? People are good in the social awareness, they are socially aware, they participate in all the events, function, they manage good relationship. Generally all the businessmen are good, generally all the businessmen are good in their relationship. If the people have the good relationship, they can run the business well. So this is known as social competence, relationship management. So these are the two components, like personal competence or social competence. Both are required to be successful. So this was the lecture of today, self awareness, interest. Yes, self awareness. So another lecture is required on the self awareness. Have you understood up to this? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I move forward?
Ma'am, please provide of this class notes.
Okay, I will provide you. But have you understood
Okay.
today what I was teaching? This is very important part.
Ma'am,
Yes, yes, yes.
ma'am, ma'am, थोड़ा समझ में कम आया है, पूरा 100% नहीं आया, थोड़ा पढ़ना पड़ेगा, सेल्फ स्टडी करनी पड़ेगी।
इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस क्या होता है ये समझ में आया है। हाउ वी कैन रिकॉग्नाइज द फीलिंग ऑफ अदर्स और अवर सेल्फ। आई शुड मूव फॉरवर्ड, या इससे पहले आपको कोई और एक्सरसाइज चाहिए? यू नीड सम मोर टाइम। यस
यस मैम, यू कैन मूव। यस मैम, पढ़ा पढ़ा।
ये आगे जो पार्ट है वो सेल्फ अवेयरनेस। द सेल्फ अवेयरनेस वी हैव डिफरेंट थिंग्स लाइक फीडबैक, गोल्स, सो दीज आर द डिफरेंट थिंग्स। सेल्फ अवेयरनेस, self management, so these are the different things. What are the self management strategy? Take control of your self talk. हाँ
इतना ही रखिए मैम, आज मत पढ़ाइए,
हाँ।
थोड़ा इसको पढ़ लेने दीजिए। जी मैम।
Do you have any question related to the whatever I have taught you? Then you can ask the question. But this is very important. How the communication is important. That is all important things, important techniques. Even you are good in your subject, but these things are required. Means technical skills you already have that, huh? But
Yes,
these
ma'am.
are the things that you require to be successful in your career.
Yes मैम।
So do you have any question you can ask? These are the good notes.
मैम प्लीज रिपीट अगेन, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंस बिटवीन इंटेलिजेंस, IQ and EQ?
IQ and EQ. So IQ score is derived from standardized tests. IQ relate to the intellectual ability, like how well you are learn and understand and apply them. Like
Yes मैम।
at 8 p.m.